A very good evening to you with the Republic Bank Grand Kadooment edition of the CBC Evening News. I'm Ryan Broom in our top story. The streets of St. Michael were flooded with revelers in colorful costume bands, dancing and chipping from the National Stadium to Spring Garden. Covering the Grand Kadooment action for the CBC was Tristan Ward, who filed this report.
Thousands of revelers in their creative and colorful costumes were divided into several sections across the 27 bands on display this morning. Some of them got an early start, with bands like Contact, Kosa and Fifth Element being among the first to parade in front of the judges. Last year's Festival Designer of the Year and band leader of Fifth Element, Kevin Small, believes his success last time around gave him a boost.
Our junior band for sure did increase by almost 100%. Right now, the only challenges I can tell about it would be really the wind. But yes, there are challenges, but I use them as building blocks to get to the next level.
We caught up with Trevor Chase of Outrage, who says despite some challenges, he got an unexpected spike in band numbers.
I think this year we actually doubled or tripled that. I don't know if it's the location change or what, but we did have in the last week or so about 50% increase in our numbers. So it went very well in the latter stages.
With security seemingly tighter this year, many spectators appeared comfortable taking in the sights and scenes on the road. It was the first Grand Kadooment for many of them and a new experience for some of the revelers too.
First time I'm going to come over.
How is it going?
Mass, real pace.
Who you jumping with?
I play the beige.
Beige? So wait, so far you can tell me that you're coming back next year?
I know about next year yet, but what I say, hold on, but what I say, I will recommend.
By all indications, it seemed like Grand Kadooment 2018 has been a success. Tristan Ward, CBC News.
Thanks, Tristan. As revelers made their way along the parade route from the stadium to Spring Garden, CBC spotted several familiar faces who had shed their usual business attire, opting instead for colorful costumes as they took part in the festivities. Among them, Minister of Maritime Affairs Kirk Humphrey, Minister in the Ministry of Economic Affairs Marcia Cattle, and Senator Dr. Crystal Haynes.
They're jumping with Beige International. It's their 20th year, so they know what they're doing. I'm having a good time. Everybody's having a good time. The costumes are very, very beautiful and glorious, and everybody's safe. My only wish is that it stays that way.
Everything has been fantastic from start to finish, and I am definitely making it down to the end.
You're a regular with this band?
I have been a regular with Beige. It's the 20th anniversary and I'm back. I did 3 years with Costa, 3 fantastic years, but I'm ready to come back to Beige for the 20th anniversary.
I'm excited. I love Kadooment. I'm always on the road. I don't miss it. You know, just glad to be back out today.
Now, earlier in the day, our roving cameras also caught up with producer of the Republic Bank Grand Kadooment, Aja, just outside the National Stadium. At the time, he reported things were going extremely well.
We started on time and we had a constant flow of bands so far. We are now, number 14 bands should be on the track at this stage. And there's something like 27 bands, plus 2 music tracks, the HIV/AIDS tracks and the Revelers track.
Everything has been incident-free so far?
Incident-free and running smoothly, right, you know. So hopefully by 2 o'clock or just after 2, we should have all the bands parade at the National Stadium on the road for Spring Garden.
And there were no major incidents during this year's Kadooment Day celebrations. This from Police Public Relations Acting Inspector Rodney Innes. He told CBC News late this afternoon that apart from a situation where there was a bit of a delay along Bank Hall Main Road due to some down power lines, the revelry along the route was incident-free.
Kadooment Day, we bring down the curtain on the 2018 season, and just as we've asked for the other events with the patrons, the revelers, the vendors, the spectators, everybody has been complying nicely with what we have in place, our security systems in place. The bands have been going along the road pretty nicely. It's been very hot, very humid day. We had one issue. There was a set of power lines fallen across the road in the area of Prescott Bottom and Bank Hall. That has been rectified by the Barbados Light and Power personnel. Persons and other bands have been proceeding on the Spring Garden. I think we witnessed the arrival of about 4 or 5 bands thus far. They're kind of slow today because of the said power lines down earlier, but safely, they arrived safely.
Welcome back. Well, Central Bank Governor Cleviston Haynes has identified some of the key major areas that Barbados will have to continue working on to help rebuild both local and foreign investor confidence to optimum levels. He made the comment during the bank's recent half-year review of the economy.
What I think the investor community, both at home and abroad, will want to see is our ability to reform our economic performance. In other words, how are we going to reduce the fiscal imbalances which have been a brake on the economy? What happens once the debt to GDP ratios start to fall? Are we able to sustain good economic management that will provide the confidence to prospective investors that this is an economy in which they should buy its paper? So it really will be in our hands, and this is what I think happens generally with countries which undertake restructuring. It will be in our hands to manage our public finances in such a way that we provide the confidence to the private sector, whether domestic or external, that they will be willing to come back on board.